Happy Halloween, Bulls fans, and welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, here reacting to the Bulls' big-time victory versus the Orlando Magic. As we got a lot to talk about on today's show. Are the Bulls legit, or is this just a fluky start to the season? I'll be giving you guys my full thoughts, deep diving into some players who really impressed me yesterday. But hey, if you guys are fired up about the Bulls beating the Magic, hit that thumbs up icon, show the fellas on the team our support here at the Bulls Report, and hit that thumbs up button. But I do want to start off today's show by highlighting a couple Bulls players that, man, just played their tail off yesterday. And, I think if I had to give a game ball out for the performances yesterday, it would have to go to Josh Giddey. This man was electric. He had the United Center erupting after his back-to-back pull-up threes. He was awesome. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and that's the kicker right there. 4 for 4 from downtown. Now, Giddey is definitely one of those guys where, he's still young. He's still 21 years old. He's still developing at a very high level, and we see the work. We see the steps. He understands if he wants to take that next level in his NBA career, he's got to become a knockdown three-point shooter. We saw the playmaking, specifically on that last play, or not the last play, but kind of the dagger for the Bulls yesterday when he was just navigating a pick and roll. He got into the lane, had the defender on his hip, had to kick out to Patrick Williams, and shot out the number 44, knocking down a big-time three. But this man right here, Josh Giddey, he was awesome yesterday. And, obviously, after the Caruso trade, I was kind of in shambles. I was saying, what the hell are the Bulls doing? I just don't get the picture here. But I think I see it now. I see it with Giddey. The Bulls needed their franchise point guard, and I think we actually have one in Josh Giddey. He was awesome yesterday, man. Really want to give a lot of love to him because he impressed me a whole lot. But another thing that I love seeing yesterday, the most shots taken by a Bulls player, it wasn't Zach LaVine, it wasn't Nikola Vucevic, it was this man right here, Kobe White, and he was great. 21 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And I think with Kobe, I'm trying to see what his, max potential is. Who is the final form of Kobe White? And I think he's going to be a guy where if he gets the opportunity, he could be a 25-a-game guy in the NBA. He really has every tool in the toolbox that you could want from a guard. He can score at all 3 levels. He can knock it in from downtown at a very high clip. And even though he has been, a roller coaster from beyond the arc so far this season, yesterday, 4 of 10, you'll take that any day of the week. And, what I loved most about yesterday is the Bulls did all this. They beat a very good Magic team with Zach LaVine not playing well. And I get back to this argument I've been making where I think the young talent on the Bulls goes undervalued, not just for, NBA media heads like the Stephen A's, the Skip Baylesses, and, all the big talking heads out there, but I also think us Bulls fans, you won that game on the back of a young point guard in Giddey and a young 2 guard in Kobe White. Ayo looked fantastic. You even saw Patrick Williams, finally have a good performance this year, and he did all that with Zach LaVine struggling. And then I get back to this point. You can move him, and I don't think we would see a fall off at all in play for this team as a whole. So if you were in the camp, I don't want the Bulls to sell. I want them to keep Zach LaVine. I understand that to an extent. But if you want to make the argument, if we lose LaVine, we'll be one of the worst teams in the NBA, I think this game was a great example that you can move off LaVine and you can have Giddey and Kobe really start the gel together, and that's what I want. I want those two to be the focal point of the offense, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sorry for no headshot for Nikola Vucevic. This dude impressed me. Vuce played good yesterday for another game. This is his 5th game in a row this season where, in my opinion, he has played his tail off. I always thought he was a very underrated playmaker when he gets in those 4-on-3 situations where they blitz the ball screen. You're able to drop it off to him, and he's playing 4-on-3 where he can get to that push shot. He can not kick it out to an open shooter. He's been great at that. Hence why he's averaging almost 5 assists per game this season. He's done a much better job on the boards. He still struggles defensively, in my opinion, even though he had a couple good plays last night. I'm still not confident in him guarding a pick and roll at a very high level. But Vooch, LaVine, you're doing a good job of upping your trade value, so I respect that a whole lot. But I do want to show some love to a guy who was saying that the Bulls should bench yesterday. But, him knocking down that 3 late in the game, I don't want to undervalue or underestimate how huge that could be for his, development moving forward. Because when you give a guy who has been struggling from downtown, you give a guy who, hasn't really felt like he is in the flow of the offense. You give him these opportunities, and he knocked it down. Like that late three should instill confidence in him for the rest of the season. So shout out to Patrick Williams. Shout out to this Bulls team. But I'll ask you guys this. And then we'll dive into more here. We'll dive into more stats. Are the Bulls actually good? Like, do you think this could be a potential top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference? Because right now they're third. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no on your thoughts if this is a fluke or if you think the Bulls are an actual good basketball team. Now, we'll dive into IO stats and talk about the Magic performance in this game here in a second. But first off, got to give a big time shout out to my favorite sponsor here at the Bulls Report, and that is Prize Picks. If you guys are trying to get hooked up with $50 instantly, Prize Picks has you covered. Now, if you guys download the app today and sign up today and plug in promo code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is Prize Picks? Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. All you do, you pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Now, my favorite kind of part of playing Prize Picks is you may have a boring basketball game going on that night, but if you guys want to add some more juice, you guys want to increase your viewing experience and win some money in the process, Prize Picks is the best way to do so. So check them out, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use promo code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS, and you guys will get hooked up with $50 instantly. But shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. All right, let's dive into the kid from Chicago, Ayo Dosunmu. He was awesome. He is really one of those guys. I love seeing the leaps he's made. He's one of those guys I always root for because, he grew up in Chicago, played his collegiate hoops at U of I, and we've seen development each and every year dating back to his freshman year at Illinois. He took a step into his sophomore year. He came into the league, looked good, had a down sophomore season, but then last year he took another step. And this year, I think we're seeing a step in his athleticism. Like, Ayo is truly one of the fastest guards in the NBA. He is just a tough guard. Like, could you imagine you got a guy going full speed at you, going 110%, and you can't keep him in front? And that's the modern day game of the NBA. You beat guys off the dribble. Then it's a quick kick out. Then you got the defense in rotation. Then you just eventually get a wide open three. That's also something I've loved seeing from this Bulls team is them just generating open shots. Like yesterday, the Bulls, they put up 34 threes. Like they have been almost averaging 40 threes a game. And you know who I think deserves credit for that? One, Billy Donovan. For all the Billy haters out there, I'm probably one of them as well. I thought he has really kind of changed the game here for the Chicago Bulls offense, but also Josh Giddey, man. He is a prime example of what it really does take to be an elite point guard in the NBA, and he has just looked awesome, man. Really want to give a massive shout out to him. He has looked very, very good. Josh Giddey has definitely impressed me, but the Bulls defensively did a very, very good job. Franz Wagner, he only had 7 points yesterday. He definitely struggled, 7, 3, and 4, only put up 8 shots. Then he actually did a good job on Banchero. He was coming off a 50-point game. Obviously, the raw numbers look good, but I felt the Bulls were able to move him off his spot here and there and just overall play very, very solid team defense on a very special young and up-and-coming player. I mean, this is the guy who's going to be a top 5 player in the league probably for the next 15 years. He is that backbone. He is that key piece in this Magic offense. So I'm excited about the Bulls. I just don't know if it's for real yet. I still got to get a bigger sample size, but they've impressed me, and I still think they should trade Levine, trade Vooch, let these young guys cook. But if they do that and they're still winning games, maybe I'll change my thought on that. But hey, you guys made it to the end. Give me a real one down below in the comment section, and also that's my Twitter right there at Pat Sieps. Give me a follow over there. See you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.